Let's bring on Ricky Wright if we can, President and CEO of Alkaline Water Company. Ricky, hey. Ricky is so far leading the day for most company branding in his background. Ricky, how are we doing?
I'm great. Thank you very much.
All right. We got Ricky. We got Ricky's slides, guys. Yes, we do. No. Yes, we do. I see them there. There. All right. We're talking Alkaline Water. And I already have some questions, but we'll save those till the end. So, Ricky, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. The Alkaline Water Company is the number one largest independent water company in the country. Here we are, only 8.5 years into this business, coming up on number 9, and we are actually in 75,000 stores nationwide. So an incredible story of hard work and innovation by the team. And of course, we were blessed this past year with the addition of Shaquille O'Neal as our brand ambassador. Everybody knows that everybody loves Shaq, and couldn't be better for a bulk water company to have a guy like Shaq in the fold here. That deal was an outstanding deal for this company, and that's why I'm leading with it. We just began this week to put out our commercials and across the country and parts of the country. So that's really, really exciting. We filmed them in August, and we're out in certain markets already, and we're going to continue to expand that exposure across the country in the coming weeks and months. One of the things about our brand is we have extreme loyalty, and we have sold over $200 million worth of Alkaline 88 without $1 being spent on traditional marketing. And that means it's been word of mouth. Well, now we have one of the best spokespeople in the world, ambassadors in the world in Shaq. And so we know that when people try our water, about 50% of them continue to use our water 4 times. And they become, I like to say, I know I'm following a guy, but I like to say almost addicted to the water. It's a very smooth taste. It's deliciously smooth. It has a great mouthfeel, and it hydrates better. And so it has all the things you could possibly want for water. I know personally a lot of people that have actually given up soda and just drink nothing but our water now. So that is one of the best things that we've got going for us, is that Shaq's going to give us national exposure. And I think this year we're looking at a 35% growth rate, going back to hyper growth. And I think the availability of Shaq into the fold here is going to accelerate all that for us. And like I said a second ago, we're the largest independent water company in the country, 75,000 locations. Our compounded growth rate has been an annual 52% over the last 7 years or 6 years. One of the things there that I think that, COVID did for us is it slowed down our growth rate a little bit, but we had huge COVID wins. We were one of the few companies in the country that was able to supply during the COVID period. And candidly, we're one of the few companies in the country right now that are able to supply. And a lot had to do with what we did with our supply chain. We brought most of it to the U.S., if not 100%. And so during COVID, when everybody else was waiting for people to bring product in, all the technology to bring it here, all the ships, all the planes was being taken by PPE. And so I literally knew people in this industry that couldn't get bottles till May. All that was stateside for us starting in 2019. And we were able to hit the COVID pandemic and be able to provide water with nobody else. Now, in the current crisis in terms of supply chain, this last spring, we decided to bring on additional plants because I really thought that we weren't going to be able to get labor force. And so we weren't going to be able to go back to 2 and 3 shifts at all our plants. And so the only way we were going to get additional shifts was by adding additional plants. We successfully completed that this year. And again, we are picking up clients. We are picking up shelf space simply from the fact that, again, we're the little engine that could, the little company that could, where we are supplying water when a lot of our competitors can't, and we're keeping Alkaline 88 on the shelves. I know our OTIF, which is our on-time delivery, and some of our largest accounts is in the 98, 99th percentile. So we're not one of these companies that's continuing to miss deliveries. We're continuing to hit our numbers, continue to hit our delivery, and that bodes well for our future. Last year, most of our growth, almost 100% of it was organic. So it's a great number, over 20%. Who after 7 years would believe that, but it's still occurring in our sector. And we're the only water company that has successfully grown double digits since 2019, every month over month comparative period. So really kind of great to be in that space and watch the fast growth. Well, this year, we're going to start expanding our presence. Our most recent announcement was the expansion into Sam's Club. And obviously, that's a huge, huge win for us. It was one of our big initiatives for this year was to get into clubs, and that happened. So we see more of that to come. I can't tell you when, but once you knock down one, you usually get the next, and that happened with CVS. A year later, we got into Rite Aid, and we're looking to get into the Targets of the world now that we're in Walmarts of the world, and obviously Walgreens and BJ's and Costco, et cetera. So very, very good news on the retail side. We've had a tremendous amount of success in the grocery. We are now most recently, based on the most recent Nielsen data that just came out, we're now the 7th largest brand in the grocery channel, which is pretty amazing if you look at the brands that are below us. And it's a pretty strong testament to my team and how hard they work and what we've been able to accomplish. Very quickly on this slide, I'd just like to point out that, we've got a number of expansion criteria for this year to bring back hyper growth, which I define as between 35 and 50%. We've already come out with an announcement that we expect to hit that in the second quarter. I see that continuing this year and well into next year. We're looking at hospitality, convenience, big box, functional, and then obviously the expansion plans in e-commerce. So those are the things that we're working towards, and those are the things we will accomplish over the next 12 months. Here's our growing national footprint. It was great to add Sam's Club since the last slide any of you've seen. So this presentation is online in an extended version. So if you have something in here you don't understand or I've gone too fast, please feel free to jump online and join us there. It's on our website. We got a bright future. We were the first national water company to go into the aluminum. And, we're seeing that tremendous growth in there. We see that as a tremendous growth opportunity for the hospitality. We're picking up a larger bottle in hospitality. That will be available within 6 weeks. So before the end of the year, we'll have that bottle available for hospitality as well as our standard retail channels. What people don't understand, that hospitality is $1 billion opportunity for us. It's almost as large as retail in terms of overall water sales. So it's a place that most of my competitors don't work in. We hired a guy out of Nestle's, Gary Bliss, 25-year veteran, and Gary's heading that effort. And the one fun thing with Gary is he hunts elephants. So when he hits and lands, we'll have big news all over. He's already been able to have a major hit and win with the help of the rest of the team, and the fact that we got into the 9 of the largest airports in the country. And you'll begin to see that on the shelves. Very shortly, about 400 million people go past those airports, and there's a press release out on that. It's a wonderful piece of news for us. We also continue to grow. The Nielsen data shows where we are. We also continue to grow in the e-commerce. We just hired a new e-commerce director, Chris Pittman, out of Essentia, and Chris has been given the task of completely redoing our e-commerce strategy. He's making great strides there, and I see that as a tremendous opportunity. We do very little in the e-commerce compared to our competitors. That was strategic on our part. We didn't want to lose a ton of money. E-commerce is very expensive, not very profitable. We just made an announcement on that Chris has helped us figure out that last mile. And we are going to be able to make money, we believe, in the e-commerce strategy, which I don't think many of my competitors can. In addition to the big box e-commerce and hospitality, we have direct store delivery and C-Store. We've run this project with Hensley here in our backyard. Hensley is one of the largest Anheuser-Busch houses in the country. John McCain's wife is the chairman of that. Very prominent group in terms of direct store distribution networks. We're seeing great success. Expect to see some press releases shortly on that and marking some of our success there. That gives us a path if we want to expand this into the Northeast and some other places. You prove it out one place and then you move to the next. So very, very pleased and very, very happy with that. We're a company of innovation. One of the things that we have been able to innovate, one of the things having a company like ours is that we can innovate in a hurry. We brought this up, a little old Shack Pack, which will begin to show up. It's already online at Sam's Club. You can go online and order it, samsclub.com. I think that's the, you'll find it. That came out this week on samsclub.com. We will be launching that into a number of different brick and mortar places over the next 6 months. Obviously resets take time, but it's super exciting. We have a ton of interest in this Jack Pack. In addition, the aluminum bottle we blasted out in a very short time frame, and then we've got this new one, which is the infused beverage division, where we've managed to pick up technology that's just been absolutely tremendous. We believe that this is a disruptive technology. I'll do a couple more so you can see it. It's not where you shake in. That one's a light color, but didn't work quite as well. It's not a shake technology. It's actually an infused technology. Comes out of 110 PSI. Beautiful technology. We believe it is a disruptor on the functional beverage side and functional hydration. With our superior hydration of an alkaline water, we see this as a huge, huge, huge upside for the company. Talked about this already. The compelling growth story, 62 million. We've gone out and reiterated that. We're very, very pleased with the growth that we've seen this last quarter and the growth we see in the next 2 quarters coming up. We use a different model than most. So, we've been able to do this with substantially less money than most people. As you can see here down, if you've paid attention in the past, we now have up to $250 million wholesale. Obviously, that's not happening because of labor shortages across the country, but we certainly are in a better position than 99% of my competitors at this point on the supply chain and being able to meet demand as we grow rapidly. This is just our core brand, superior hydration, deliciously smooth taste. We are the clean beverage company, which I think is a critical thing for us in that we only use 2 ingredients. Most of my competitors buffer their particular products. We do that, natural products, throughout our portfolio. And I think that the company in the world is woken up to that. A lot of what we do is also on the sustainability side. We've been that side since very early on. Our big bottles, they take up way less plastic than the single serves. And our single serves, we're using our PET ahead of the California standard. So really a good opportunity. I talked about brand loyalty. This is just a slide that shows that we're loved more than anybody else. People love us both with respect to the taste profile as well as this is the only thing they want to drink. Gave you, brand is brand security, dedication to purity and quality is job one at any CPG company, and we take it very seriously. We have done a really good job at picking up some beautiful trademarks, including ionized H2O, which is now registered, as well as clean beverage and clean and pure, and that beautiful little leaf. So we're very cutting edge. We maintain our cutting edge, and we believe we're going to continue to be a leader both in sustainability as well as product innovation. We know what's coming. California AB 45 came out and said that you can drink and ingest CBD in California. There's 21 million adults that are now eligible for that. We just came out with a press release that we're really pushing hard in that area as well. I demonstrated it. That's about all you need to see. You can read about the beautiful technology. It's fresher ingredients and fresher flavor. And we know freshness is a big win, not only in the grocery channels, but also a big concern for everybody. CBD tends to lose its efficacy in light, and we've solved that problem through this cap. Plus, it's really cool. Hospitality, just some of the wins we just talked about. And then the other thing is, we've got, a couple of paths here. We either do a Celsius where, we go from $3 a share to $100 a share, which is from my lips to God's ears. But we have the innovation. We have the team, I think, to help get us there. Or Global Beverage is always looking for a brand that's about 100 million and growing like we are. And so both those are possibilities in terms of the future of this company. Or we just continue to be a great company and wait to see what the future brings. And then finally, we're all about the corporate cap table. I always like to say I believe that we are the least valued or most undervalued stock on the NASDAQ exchange. We're getting about a 2.2 in terms of forward revenue. The industry average is about a 5.6, so for small cap, and a 6.6 for large cap. So we really feel that we're highly undervalued at that price range. We think that Shack will help us. We think all these big wins we're announcing and will continue to announce going forward, and we think hitting our numbers and exceeding them are really going to help us move this stock up. And finally, we always bet on the jockey and the horse. It's just not the brand. We have an excellent management team, a bunch of guys that are hardworking, hard driving, experienced human beings will really make us a huge difference with respect to our company, I think, versus a lot of others, particularly in this stage of our development. All these guys are senior veterans, growing companies, and some of these companies are in $1 billion that they've been a huge part of in their growth. So appreciate your time. We have a great board as well. Aaron's an excellent chairman. Brian Sedano is the managing director of Beverage Marketing Corp, which gives us insight. And Frank Lazarin is a veteran of the brick and mortar grocery channels, and he also gives us excellent insight into future plans, growth, and opportunity. And I'm ready for questions.
All right, I'm ready for it. Here's one. I'll just go straight from the chat. I had a couple, but I'd rather ask questions from the chat here. So this is from Matty Ice. Right now you're bottling in plastic. Do you have plans to switch to something that's more environmentally friendly? Yeah,
we obviously, we're already into the aluminum bottle, right? We're already into large sizes. We have plans. I think our PET level, or our PET, recycled PET, in our large bottles is already at 25%. So we will continue to look at opportunities as they come up. If you look at that vessel cap, we have some big plans for that in terms of our other functional hydration beverages. And, some of that is that we can send that across the country at a lot less expensive than we can a bottle of water. So just pay attention. Yes, we are always about sustainability, always about the community, have been from the very first day in business.
This is a good one too, actually. The alkaline water process, is that patent protected?
It's not patent protected, but we use a unique process and we use some trade secrets. So, sometimes you don't want the Pepsi formula or the Coke formula out into the public domain. And this is one of those times where we're much happier having a trade secret. We think that that's a much better place for us to be.
Will these CBD infused drinks be specialized for specific use cases?
Yes, we have gone out with Energize, Refresh, Resistance. We've got 6 different that are currently on the board, and we see that we'll see what sells, we'll see what the need states are of individuals, and then of course we have just the standard CBD if somebody doesn't want additional functionality within the beverage itself. That's the purpose of the cap, to give you additional functionality that we can bring to you in a fresh way.
And then the last one, Ricky, can you speak a little bit more about distribution and where you're at on that front?
Yeah, distribution, we're in about 75,000 stores nationwide. We continue to push forward in the brick and mortar, but I think more importantly is that we are going to make a big effort in the hospitality this year as well. So we're looking to be omnipresent. The test cases we've run here in a couple of states with Hensley and Nevada Beverage and some of the other DSD networks are showing great success. So we could also expand DSD, which would put us in a ton of available C-stores that we're not presently in. We're in about 20,000 C-stores. There's 150,000 out there. We're in a lot of the brick and mortar grocery stores, however. We're not missing that many of the top 75. So we've got pretty good presence between Walmart, CVS, Kroger, and Albertsons, and Rite Aid nationwide. So we got a lot of nationwide presence, and we've got a lot of regionals and Publix and H-E-B, et cetera.
All right, last one. Do you have a CBD supplier? And if so, can you share it?
I won't share it, but yes, we do.
Yes, okay.
We're compliant with all the rules with respect to California and beyond. We've had 4 attorneys on this since 2018 to make sure that we're blocking and tackling our COA, certificate analysis, et cetera. There are some independent studies that show that we are literally one of the best in the world at what they've explored in terms of making sure that we're doing exactly what we say, both with respect to the amount and making sure there's no nasties in there besides what we say.
Yeah. Brad Moore, you have a great question. I don't know if Ricky can really address it. The question was about upcoming earnings. I don't really know if a company can speak, the CEO can speak about upcoming earnings before they come out. But I wanted to acknowledge you because it was a good question. But unfortunately, I think Ricky is limited in what he can say. Ricky Wright is the president and CEO of Alkaline Water Company, ticker WTER. Makes sense. Ricky, always a pleasure, man. Have a good one.
Thank you. Thanks for your time.